What's up, my beautiful people? We are here to talk about this new moon in Scorpio on November 14th, 2020. Now, this new moon is going to be a beautiful new moon. I'm very, very excited for it. After many aspects in this last few months of having very difficult and, transformative, but very deep and difficult things that we are being forced to look at. This is a bright light shining on all the difficult work we've been doing. And as this energy comes into play, it's going to really turn things around in a major way. So let's take a look at the charts and see exactly what's going on here. So first off, I want to point out that the new moon is at 23 degrees, 17 minutes of Scorpio, and it is sextile to Pluto, Jupiter, and Saturn. Now, Jupiter has just passed over its exact third and final conjunction with Pluto, which means that lesson has now been learned. It's now been processed. And now Jupiter is taking that energy of that learned lesson forward to put it into practical application to move through it in a very, very deep and positive way. This is very deep integration. And it just so happens that the new moon is exactly sextile to Jupiter. All right. Well, it's literally 2 minutes off, which is just about as exact as you can get for an aspect here. So we also, we had Mars go direct the day before. So Mars is still sitting still in the sky at 15 degrees, 14 minutes of Aries. But now that it's going forward, it's like, as it's getting ready to move forward, we have this deep and profound Mars energy that we've been learning, purging and processing. A lot of this divine masculine energy is now ready to move forward and take action. So this is really energetically infusing us, souping us up, so to speak, to get ready for the direction that we're going into. That means that clarity is going to come. That means new inspiration, new motivation. And with this, being at the same time, it's not aspecting the new moon per se, but with this happening at the same time in Scorpio, Mars is the ancient ruler of Scorpio along with Pluto. Okay, so also the fact that this new moon is sextiling Pluto is significant as well, because Pluto's in Capricorn, but Pluto rules Scorpio. So the energies are very deep and very powerful and very positive. Okay, we've been going for the last few months, especially while Mars has been retrograde. We've been going through a deeply transformative process where all of our bad habits, all of our masculine aspects to ourselves, which means like, going out into the world, taking action, making things happen, the way we work, the way we process information, the way that we even, access our own consciousness has been being rewired and rewritten, and identifying the contrast between the ego's desires and the soul's desires. So now that has become separated and clear, now we're going to be stepping into more of the soul's desires with a much deeper appreciation and understanding and humble desire and drive to move forward and to create this new start, which of our identity of who do I want to be, where do I want to go, and how am I going to make it happen? The who, what, why, where, and how of this next chapter of our life. Now that we're finally coming to, we've been in this sort of paradoxical place where the old chapter is gone and the new chapter is not here, and in that in-between space has been a bit confusing, could be a bit flustering, letting go of the last amount of stuff from the past, identifying any attachments that are holding us back, and now that those have all been identified, accepted, acknowledged, now it's like, all right, it's over, it's done. Now it's time to step into our power. Now it's time to step into our truth. And now it's time to step into our knowingness of who we are. Now, with that being said, also, we have Mercury here that is quincunx over to Chiron. So this is like seeing this deep truth within us of who we know we are, what we're capable of. But there's still going to be an aspect of vulnerability here when it comes to the communication with ourselves, because Chiron is still retrograde. It's quincunx over to Mercury, which is now in Scorpio again and going over its third and final opposition with Uranus. So this is just bringing up the last bit of shit that we have to come into the realization with to purge and process. And of course, Black Moon Lilith is in that mix too. And Black Moon Lilith is going to be in Taurus for pretty much the rest of this next year, 2021. And Black Moon Lilith and Taurus is all about the physical body. You want to feel good, right? In very unexpected ways. So we can definitely expect to see some new interesting ways and things, you know, that are going to be coming out, you know, to the public about how people are activating or making that kind of thing happen. So we still have the nodes at 20 degrees. We have Venus at 22 degrees of Libra. Now, 22 degrees, of course, is a master number, and Venus here is square exactly to Pluto. Now, when Venus is square Pluto, I mean, it's square Jupiter and Saturn as well. All right, but it is exactly to the degree, not the minute, square to Pluto. So whenever Venus and Pluto are in a conversation like this, this means that there's going to be some very intense connection. It could be intense and great, or it could be intense and unexpected. It'll be something that's going to change a part of you about like someone from the past could come back and be like, whoa, what's this? They've changed. Do I really want this? Maybe I do really want this. Holy shit. Okay. I need to rethink how I'm going to approach this kind of thing. Right. Or it could be something new, like, wow. Or someone that you used to know, they haven't seen in a while. Right. They've had a big spiritual awakening, aha moment, epiphany, and suddenly come back and you're like, wow, I didn't ever see this side of you. What happened? What's going on? Right. And Venus in Libra is very powerful because it's at its home in there, 22 degrees. It's 22 degrees is a master number and about, you know, relationships. All right. Pluto, 22 degrees of Capricorn. That is the same spot where all this massive activity has been going on for the entire year. So this is about establishing new foundations. Okay. About how to receive, about how to grow, about how to love, also about money too. Right. What is your relationship in regards to power and money and love? And how do they all intermingle together? You need to think about that. And whatever is out of balance or out of alignment here is going to make itself known. But there's so much support. This sextile from between the new moon and Pluto, Jupiter, and Saturn, this is huge, guys, because these have been getting hit hardcore with all these difficult aspects throughout the year. This is really the first time that I've seen that a major, you know, moon, like new moon or full moon, has aspected these energies in Capricorn like this all year. So this is the new beginning. This is the new start that we've been waiting for. Not to mention that this is coming right at this. Now, remember, these energies are still super intense and super heightened, right? So we just had Jupiter pass over Pluto for its third and final time. Okay, that energy is still massively powerful and deep. So that is still going on. Plus, Mars now is just coming direct. So that energy, you know, whenever a planet stations, its energy is most powerful. So that energy is super powerful as well. So the divine masculine has just come back online and coming in to solidify this new foundation so that we can come into peace and harmony with ourselves at a very, very deep level. Because of course we know that Scorpio is deep. It's the detective of the zodiac. Right? It's very intuitive. It's very feeling. It feels through things. It can smell bullshit a mile away. Okay. So I want to read the inside degrees about this aspect, because this is quite significant, and it kind of goes along with everything that I'm saying. All right. So 23 degrees of Scorpio is a collection of dolls. The inside of things take charge when the ego self is out of the picture and we are free to go with our fancy. The outer side of things become purely symbolic, just one way to do it. When the formative soul has its way, the world is recreated in a different image, eliminating the usual mental considerations. The formative soul sticks to how things feel inside and pushes for a world that matches the inner pictures, becoming bound up with subtle and hidden layers of existence and tuned out of what is obvious and straightforward, deeply driven to move out beyond the known into other realities, a resourcefulness that knows no bounds, able to turn anything back into what it was meant to be. In the process, you crack through every kind of consensus agreement, becoming an outlaw, fused with core existence and drawing the energy out of empty forms into what is here. When you can feel the magic and know it is real, it is the touchstone to make it real again. So this basically says to me that the inside knowing that we have, the inside knowing is coming out, it's becoming stronger, and it is showing itself in our consciousness in a much more powerful way. And the work that we've been doing is now going to show that it's starting to pay off. It's going to start slow as these planets, as the Jupiter moves past Pluto, right? Those are very slow moving planets. Mars just starting to move forward again. It's very slow energy at first, but then it picks up speed and it has compound interest. Okay, and this is starting a 2-year cycle of Mars, this new masculine energy. Hallelujah. Is coming in to start running the show. And this new masculine energy is going to be much more peaceful, much more aligned, much more leader oriented. We've purged a lot of the narcissistic aspects of it. Now, of course, if you've been doing the work, okay? Not to mention, we have Venus trine the North Node, sextile the South Node, okay, which is huge. Now, Mars is also trine to the South Node as well, which is, again, while it's sitting still, very powerful, letting go of those toxic masculine traits. All of this toxic masculinity is being purged, and that's why we can see it out in the world right now. It's just it's just being purged and getting rid of it all. Okay, it needs to happen. So if you're be careful of looking out into the world right now, because it looks really messy. Yes, it is messy because it has to come out. Just like when you purge, right? When you purge, during the purging process, when you're vomiting or you're, going to the bathroom, you're throwing up, it's the process. Up until that process, you feel like total and complete shit. You feel more and more shitty up until then. As you're purging, right, it starts to feel better, but it's still like a lot of work. You're expending a lot of energy to get rid of all the toxicity that's within as you get it out. Once you're done, you feel so much better, but maybe you need to rehydrate, because sometimes purging can dehydrate you, right? Maybe you need a nap because it took a lot of work to do that, and now you got to take a step back and let yourself rest. So this is a process, people. All right. This new moon, I feel, in representation of the analogy that I just said, is like at the end part of a purge. However, the purge is still going to ensue, but it's going to shift a bit, because next month, well, at the end of this month into next month, we come into eclipse season, a new eclipse season, on top of the Saturn and Jupiter conjunction, which is going to shift the energy dramatically, because we are now leaving the Capricorn Cancer axis eclipse energies and moving into the Gemini Sagittarius eclipse energies, which is going to be a very different kind of learning experience. You know, excuse me, every 18 months or so, you know, collectively are the lessons that we're meant to learn, you know, through destiny shifts, it changes. So for all you Geminis and Sagittarius out there, it's going to be pretty damn intense for you guys. Okay. For Capricorns and Cancers, it's gonna relax a little bit. Okay. So we're all going through our own phase, our own way. But the thing is, you're ready for it. Your spirit, your soul, it's agreed to process these energies in this way at this time. Okay. So the real big key here is to take care of yourself, to make sure, and that's always, but especially right now, because of the sheer magnitude of the shifting and changing, these energies from the middle of November to let's say the middle of January, okay, are going to be, because you have to remember too, right? Mars is now direct, but it has to finish up its squares, to Pluto, Saturn, and Jupiter. It's going to happen because Mars moves faster than them, right? So it's going to have its third and final square with Pluto in the middle of December. And that's going to finish up that lesson. Then it's not going to square Saturn and Jupiter until they are in Aquarius. And I believe Mars is in Taurus. So that's going to be a whole new level of a lesson. Okay. And I'll get into that in later reports. But the Mars-Pluto is a very big lesson that's going to be closing up in the middle of December. So don't forget that. Okay. December is going to be a very, very big culminating month. This energy, though, is now really stepping into and starting this new foundation, this new chapter, solidifying this new place that we are traveling into. So allow yourself to engage, allow yourself to, step into what feels right. No matter how much logical sense it makes, listen to your intuition, listen to your guidance. All right. Allow yourself to receive. Because with the sextile between the sun and the moon and all the energies in Capricorn, you can bet that ass that things are going to start popping up and opening up to you. But you have to go get it. So take that action and whatever feels right for you. Okay? So I hope you enjoyed this message. If this message resonated with you, and if you can think of someone in your mind that this message would resonate, please send this video to them. Okay? We need to get this message out to as many people as possible. All right? And please, if you also resonate with this message, like, share, and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it to keep this channel going. The more people that receive the message, the better. And please comment below on how you are feeling this energy, because this energy is powerful and I would like to connect with you personally. All right. If you would like a reading from me, please go to my website, spiritualbodybuilder.com. All right. You can download my free ebook. When you go to my website, there's a little thing that pops up. You put your name and your email address in there. Make sure you spell it right. Okay. And it'll download right to your device. You can join the opportunity community. We've been having amazing people on there. My boy, the Peace Dealer, will be on there right now. Today is November 8th, and he'll be on here this coming Friday. Okay. And every other week I have a special guest speaker. We talk about energies, we talk about plant medicines, biohacking things, self-confidence and personal growth, you name it, all kinds of cool topics. I have a lot of really great people in my life that are subject matter experts on these things. So join us, all right? Join the opportunity community. all these things you can do on my website. I appreciate you guys and I love you. And the more that the more that you grow, the more that I grow, the more that we all grow. Okay. North Node in Gemini, it's all about community. Okay. Help me help you grow this community. Let's bond, let's grow, let's connect, let's network. All right. Building businesses, building friendships, building connection and communication for healings. You name it. That's what we're doing here. Okay. I love you all so very much. And I'll see you guys on the next report. Have a wonderful day.